and just start the whole show like that. It's hard. I got to figure out a way exactly how to do that. What's the deal, my people? Here we go with another episode of From. This is the Predictions Theory episode going down. You know who I am. I'm the Don, Tony Teflon, rocking with my girl, the one, the only, Elamar. Lady and Don podcast. Fill the issues guy will join us if you can, but make sure you do leave your calls and your messages. We'll take all those. Elamar, how are you?
Tony, I'm always so good. I'm every time I'm here, everything is better. It's like a cure it all. I
And
love
that
it. How are
I,
you?
I am great to see you. Great to see everybody in the chat. Let's say what up to a couple of people who's out here. Our girl Mika Lee is in the bill. What a new picture! Look at you, girl. Look nice looking
Lovely,
picture of you. I
lovely
see.
picture.
John
Nice.
Haymaker is up in the building. Carla, way from down under, is up in the building right there. Coco is in the building, rocking with the Don and Elamar right here. Oh, we got so many people. Let's do more shout outs. Wolf Spear is up in the building, rocking with Tyler is in here. Roland is up in here. Don Ron is up in here. Like, I love to see other Dons up in here. You know, I ain't the only Don. There's a bunch of Dons out there. Stephen Lee. Is that what it says? Stephanie? How do we say that? Stephen Lee? Stephen Lee?
Yeah, Stefan.
Stephen Lee
Yeah.
Garcia is up in the building. Another Steph Snow is up in the building, rocking with us right now. Red Lipstick Club. Anna is up in the with the. I mean, probably the best thumbnail of all time.
Right? We love that. I love that shirt. It was out of stock. I checked.
Oh, too bad. That's
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. Oh, Sonic your boy is up in here. Top Flies is up in here. T-Ville is up in here. We give a shout out, sir. We'll give you some more shout outs as we go on. I promise you.
Yep.
All right. Crystal is in here. What up to everybody in here? We're gonna share Elamar before we go into
Yeah.
predictions for episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
The episode that everybody has been talking about since we've started interviewing people.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone we have interviewed has said, make sure you watch episode 6.
Mm.
Everyone, every actor. So this is it. This is the episode they all told us to watch. It's a right there. It's on us. We got some pictures, some stills. We'll go
Yeah.
through those in a second. But how did you feel about episode 5?
You know, I did. I kept saying like in the past, like I'm a lover, not a hater, and I did love it. I did love that, but at the same time, I'm thinking, when will the action start? Because they're leading up to something, and apparently episode 6, right? Because they're
That's what they said.
more info, and they're like getting us all. When is it gonna happen? And yeah, I can't wait. Apparently,
What
episode 6.
Yeah, this is what they say
Mm.
without a shadow of doubt. First, let's give our condolences to the family, the friends, the fans of the great Tina Turner who just
Mm.
passed away. You know what I mean? No one like her. Simply the
Mm.
best. Couldn't said it better than that song. She is just amazing. Everything she's endured and put it out there. Domestic violence, and
Mm.
wanted women to know what she survived so that they can know that they can survive that too.
Mhm.
This is a woman who had a career when she was younger that fizzled out and came back in her mid 40s and broke it down in the 80s with What Love Got to Do with It and became a legend
Mhm.
after that. Right. So this shows you that even though late in life, you can always do whatever you want to do, whether it's go back to school or whatever it is. Never think you're too old to blow up. You can always make it. You know what I mean? So
That's a great message for a lot of people who would, yeah, who are looking for that.
So rest in peace to the great
Mhm.
Tina Turner. Rest in paradise, Queen.
Rest in peace.
And we always will have your music to remind us of who you are. And that's the way it is. All right. That being said, we have our first super chat from Stephanie Garcia. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. I truly appreciate it 100%. And you have no idea how much you don't get that many. So, anytime so excited when I get it so excited. All right, yeah. So Elamar, and people don't
Yeah,
know about Elamar. Let me tell you, she likes the gore, she likes the
I
blood, she
do.
likes all of that stuff.
I
So
do.
when she doesn't see that, she gets a little ornery. And I
Mm.
think a lot of you may feel the same way that we've been getting, as people are saying, a lot of filler episodes.
Mhm.
I was saying they've been building. They
Yeah.
build, it's a roller coaster, and they build it to the top. And I think that right now it has to come down, and every episode has to be a smash hit from this season. E- Everyone, there cannot be any pauses in between.
Yeah.
Every episode, something has to jump off until the end of the season. We only have 5 episodes left, and we're done for another year if they get renewed.
Hmm.
I don't know that yet. You
Oh,
know,
I hope
so
they do.
savor this. Savor these 5 weeks we have. Now, the Don LMR, we're still going to be here in the off season, getting
Mhm.
you through the long night like always and stuff and speculating. I'll still be making videos on it, still be doing live streams and everything else. So it goes on like that. Let's take May Kent's question here. She says, what happened to Sarah? I don't think we know. I don't think anything has happened to her from what we know of, except for this episode. We've seen Kenny take her little statue and smash it on the floor like a little badass that he thinks he
Mhm.
is. How did you feel about that move with Kenny smashing her thing?
Um, I feel like everybody has their breaking point, and no matter how nice people are, at some point we're capable of all kinds of stuff. And just because Kenny has been either brought up the way he has been, it may be just the way he's supposed to be. Everybody breaks. And it's not just them breaking to be somewhere in the middle. They usually break to be something completely opposite. They do the whole 180.
Mm-hmm.
um, and whatever extreme they were, in Kenny's case, extreme nice, and extreme everything nice, polite, he did already turn the other way. I'm wondering what he's gonna do with that energy towards his feelings towards, his love interest, if he's gonna continue that kind of character that he's in right now. I wasn't shocked. I knew it's gonna, everybody has their thing, and they usually
Mm-hmm.
don't just like, oh, I'm okay. They go complete 180.
Well, we had the woman who plays his mother, Elizabeth, was on with us last week, and we asked her directly about this situation with Kenny, and she said that she thinks that his mother would understand, but would not be proud of him
Hmm.
for doing it. But she would understand why
Yeah.
he did it, but she wouldn't be proud because listen, it's a bad look. You know what I mean? And Kenny seems to be losing his mind when we look at this picture right here,
Yeah.
right
Wow.
from the next episode. You know, Kenny, first off, why is this dude got a gun?
Right?
Why does he still have the gun? He's not supposed to have the gun
Mm-hmm.
on him anymore, right? That was what they said. If you're not supposed to have it. They still allow him to carry the gun. Okay, we discussed these a couple of the one picture with Boyd already last week, but so this is looks like it's inside the clinic because we see the sheets and everything hanging up. Kenny's
Mm-hmm.
got blood on him, just like Boyd. I think we came up with the idea last week that was Ellis that was getting traveled there and he was wounded,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which makes sense that they're all there and everything. But Kenny looks to me that he's pulling the gun on Boyd. Like he's about to hit
Mm-hmm.
Boyd. Because when we look at the other, let me pull up the other picture real quick. Let's see if we can pull it up real quick. Right here, you
Yeah,
can
the sheet
see
is behind him. Yeah.
the sheet and you can see him reaching for it. See the right hand
Yep.
right
Yep.
here?
Mm-hmm.
Look at his face. And when you
Yep.
look at Boyd's face, it looks like he's pleading his case.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's pleading his case to do something. Right now, what exactly he's pleading his case to do, I don't know, but that's what it seems like to me that the dude is pleading his case, and Kenny seems to be reaching for the gun.
Yep.
And this is the exact same picture. I can see that he's in the exact same position. He's reaching with his right hand. Mike, Amika, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, "Love you guys. Have a great show. Well, don't leave us, girl. Stay. Don't leave us.
Stay.
Yeah, stay.
We don't bite much.
Yeah, not much you asked me to.
Request, right?
That's right, by request always. So you see him reaching for the gun with the right hand. In the picture you see right after
Yeah.
before that show, he's got the gun in the right hand, and it's the exact same sheets. It's the
Yep.
exact same time. He's not outside. He's inside right here, so he's not
Mm-hmm.
aiming at no monster that we know. I think he's aiming the gun at Boyd. What do you think?
I think so. I think that's it, Boyd, because the way he's positioning it, let's see, there's nobody else there. I don't see what's her name, Sarah's not there, so it's not like he's
Nope.
pointing at nobody else technically. Nobody else has anything to do with his pain. Um, yeah, nobody else in this room is involved besides Boyd. The
Mm-hmm.
scary part is Kenny's face. If somebody mentioned here in a comment or in a chat, that's a scary time. People who reach that calmness,
Mm-hmm.
that is like that is
So
time to
he
run.
was willing to shoot that girl in the head with the
Hmm.
quickness, with the rod in her head.
Yeah.
Right? He was quick to do it. He was like, "Yeah, I'll take her out." You know.
Right.
So we know he's not afraid to kill
Yeah.
somebody. So let's look at some of the
Yeah.
reasons. Let's try to figure out why could he be wanting to shoot Boyd. They're in the clinic. Boyd has his shirt on. His sleeves are
Hmm.
open. I mean, was he examined? Did they find the blood worms inside of him and now think he's a monster? And they're gonna shoot
He
him to
may
get him
be
away from
a danger,
everybody?
right? He may be danger to everyone else, and Kenny's like, you know what? Let's just take you out. I can't risk it. Like
It
you
could
are the
be.
unknown. I don't know what you gonna do.
Especially he's around the chick that he loves, right?
Hmm.
So he may do it. Thank you for the super chat. RC says you guys are the best. No, you are the best for hanging out with us, man. For real, we truly appreciate all you people up in here and rock with us every week. You know what I mean? We're here for you, and we wouldn't be here
Yeah.
without you. So we're definitely here for you. All right. So when we're dealing with, you know what I mean? Are they going to kill a monster? Whatever. We're gonna talk about all that stuff in a second. We're gonna break down these pictures right here. So, but it this seems like if that's a reason, that would be a reason to me why he would kill him. I mean, pull the gun on him. Um,
Hmm.
what other reason would he have to pull a gun on him if they don't know about the blood worms? I ask you inside of the chat the same exact thing. Terry Robinson, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Truly appreciate it. Anyone in the chat, what would be a reason that we have here for Kenny shooting Boyd? I think we're all 100% that Kenny's pointing the gun at Boyd, right? I think
Yeah,
that.
and nobody else is in the shot unless somebody's hiding, like unless Boyd is between somebody and Kenny, unless there's somebody off, like to the
Mhm.
side, and he may be just pointing the gun, uh, not at Boyd, but whoever is like here where we are, like listening, looking at them. Um,
Matthew Spruce
and
from Facebook
yeah,
says, I'm gonna highlight him because he's on Facebook. Listen, if you can't get to YouTube, join the Teflon TV Facebook page, and I post all these live streams live at the same time on there, and you can interact with us on Facebook, just like Matthew Spruce is doing. And he says he might be defending the murder lass at the time. Oh,
yeah.
who? Sarah's Kenny? Never. That's what he's talking
Maybe
about.
Void is like defending Sarah at this point, because I
Oh,
think
all
that's
right. He's
that's
saying
towards the
Boyd might
question you
be.
posed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Boyd might be just defending Sarah, and he's not having it anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Ah, right here we have Cbal C CB Cal. I don't know about these names. I can't pronounce nothing. Kenny is pointing at a creature. It can't be a creature
Because
because
they know.
everyone
Yeah,
would be reacting to the creature being in there.
yeah.
And they're all talking to Boyd, and Kenny's about to grab the gun. That
Uh,
that's that's what it looks like. We have another super chat. Thank you so much, Stephanie Garcia. Says Tony, do you think these people can ever acclimate themselves back into society if they ever get out? All right, so there's a
mm-hmm,
thing about being institutionalized. We'll talk about this question a little closer up, since it doesn't have much to do with this question
mm-hmm,
and everything. Institutionalization, if that's a word, does happen. In fact, we asked Elizabeth's son, Liz Saunders, when she came on for the interview, we asked her exactly that. Are these people here institutionalized? Are they so used to being here that maybe they don't want to go? And she said that she felt that Donna was.
hmm.
That Donna was that way. Donna was so used to being here. I mean, you can't look at Victor because Victor knows nothing else but this. This is his
Yeah,
whole thing. You know what I mean? This is his whole exact thing and everything else. That's right. If you want to be safe, get that talisman next to your name,
yeah.
become a member. and you'll be safe.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. And speaking of that, I bought, thanks to the lovely, lovely Red Lipstick Club, I bought a talisman on Etsy.
Ooh,
Not only did I
they
buy
actually
one,
have those? That's so
I bought
cool.
two, and they don't have any more. I bought
Oh.
two, and I'm going to give one away to one of the people in the chats. I'm trying to figure out
Ooh.
exactly when we should do that and stuff on the Lady of Don
Mhm.
giveaway situation.
That
And
is so exciting.
and we
Do
got
you do
another.
you have them to show, or
I,
is it still packed away?
I just ordered it, so
Okay,
I have to wait for it. Thank you
nice.
for the super chat from Chris. He says, for me and Danny are rocking with the Don and LMR. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. Again, you can send the super chats to the Cash App if you want to. The number is it's right there. If you can't send it here, please put in the Cash App. It's fine. $ Tony Teflon 545. All right, but yeah. So, what do you think?
Mhm.
We have confirmation from one of the actors that she feels her character is. Do
Yeah.
you think that these people, if they do get out, will have a rough time fitting back into society?
I think most definitely. And speaking of Dana, the way she actually may be feeling, didn't she say that her sister was the one that you could not, like she was so stubborn, and maybe Dana was getting lost in her sister's shadow, and here she is the main person at the house. So she is. It's great to be. I'm gonna say it's great to be on top, meaning to be, in control of
Sure.
people and and all that.
But
And she
sometimes
is.
I just like to give control out too. So I
Joe.
don't mind it. You can take control. Sometimes I don't mind that at all.
So Dana definitely is enjoying the control. But there is no taking control if there's nobody to be there with, and Dana needs the people to be with her, to be the one in charge for that time, where I don't think she was in charge with her sister. Now that her sister is gone, she can be at her full potential, like meet her full whatever,
Hmm.
get to their whatever her potential is, and she's great at it. So yeah, I see her getting out. Like, what is she gonna do outside? I'm sure she can use whatever she learned here and use it outside, but here she already has it. She doesn't have to do anything. She
I,
got it.
I I agree with you 100%. Just like she said, I think a lot of people would have problems because I couldn't trust nobody. I would be
Right.
scared to go back. You go away for camp and you start hearing noises in the woods and stuff like that, and you come back and you're like, wait a second, you get a little
Hmm.
crazy on it and everything else.
Yeah.
So that I agree with that. Now, people have said, I just see in the chat and called Boyd the Cromanacle.
Hmm.
But like, wait, he's not the Cromanacle. Number one, I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you why it can't be Boyd, because the Cromanacle is a woman
Hmm.
in the books, and maybe people don't catch that. But when he's talking about the Cromanacle, he always
Yeah.
says her or
Yep.
she. So the Cromanacle is a woman. That's why the Cromanacle is Tabitha. If it's anybody else, it's Sarah. But
Hmm.
that's it. It's not going to be a man. The Cromanacle is a woman. It's Tabitha. I would bet my life on it was Tabitha. If you had to pick anyone else, it would have to be Sarah. But it's I would go 100%. Uh,
What about
that it's her.
um
Huh?
what about the sister, Ethan's sister, or
I just
what's
don't
her
think
name?
she has a big enough role to play
Mm,
to be the star of the show that finds everywhere, helps
mhm,
everybody. You know what I mean? When you look at Tabitha, Tabitha always comes up with the interesting questions. She's the one
mhm.
who asks the questions. Hey, how come? Where do these lights lead to? And tries to find where the light.
True, yeah. That
She's the
quest
one.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, she's the one who says, "Oh, where's this water coming from?" When she's in the cave. So it's her bracelet that's
Yeah.
inside there. She figures that stuff out. So I would think that, and we have the Cromanacle in the building with us right now. And the Cromanacle asked Teflon and LMR, "What if those dirty kids were Why the kids have?"
30.
I see other people say the bald-headed babies. What's going on with the bald-headed babies? Let's go to what those dirty kids were warning about. What's actually was actually Jade. He appears right after, and we know the symbol he's seeing is going to make him a danger in the town. I don't
Hmm.
know if they're warning her about Jade. I don't think it's specifically Jade. What did you take it when you seen her come and they started saying what Akui, Akui, or whatever
Yeah, I was googling everywhere. I couldn't find a meaning of it, so I gave up on that. But what I thought is, uh, let's say, in those in movies, generally, like if the ghost realizes that you can see
Mhm.
them or hit, or it will, summon other ghosts. What if those kids, either ghosts or whatever apparitions or whatever they were, they're like, oh, she can see us, let's get more of us here. Like, oh, that kind of a thing. Not that it did anything, because they scared the crap out of her. But yeah, the
And made her
fact that,
bleed, her
yeah,
nose bleed too, and nothing was there, and the
yes.
nose started bleeding. I think again, it reminded me too much of Daenerys and the
Mm.
Misa.
Oh yeah, the
It
whole
it
mother or whatever they
yeah,
were
the
saying.
mother, Misa,
Yeah,
Misa, mother. It
yeah,
just when they all reached out to her,
yeah,
it reminded me 100% of
yeah.
that scene. And we also know that when she moved in with Taipan, Taipan said to her specifically, "Us mothers have to stick together."
Hmm.
That's what she said to her when she let her move in. She goes, "Us mothers must stick together." So
Hmm.
she is recognized right here, Tabitha, as the mother. We have a bunch of
Yeah.
children that are now coming for her, and now we have the mother. She's the mother right there, right?
That
So,
makes so much sense. I mean, she's a mother, and then the children are seeing the mother who lost a child too. So she lost the child, Thomas, right? I think
mhm.
that was the boy's name. And now, as a mother with the loss, who son passed away, now she can see those who passed away or something happened to them.
Yeah, I just seen a clip
Yeah.
on Facebook, and I remember the show. I watched it. It was I think it was a Maury Povich. It was some type of show like that. I forgot what
Hmm.
exactly it was, but it was troubled kids, and the
Hmm.
kids who always were acting out. So what they would do, they would bring like these army boot camp guys in there.
Mm.
You know what I mean? To try to come and scare the kids.
Mm.
You know, to make them like want to get back in check. So the kid was
Okay.
probably about 8 9 years old and was acting up. So the army guy goes in there with his army fatigues on,
Yeah.
his hat, and goes, "Do you want to spend the rest of your 90 days with me?" And he goes,
Yep.
"Yes." He goes, "Yes, I do." And he said, "Why do you want to spend it with me?" He said,
Pay
"Because I."
attention to me.
He said, "Because I don't have a father, and I wish you
Right.
were my father." And the
Oh my
army
God.
guy just
Yeah.
started crying and broke right down. You know,
Hmm.
took him right off.
Any attention, yeah, that's the thing with troubled. It's children, not just really troubled, but children, or people. I'm saying children, but people do stuff for attention. Any attention, if it's good or bad, anything.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you, Robert. Rub one out, and I will not spend it all in one place, bro.
Oh my God. You got that comment out of there like so quickly. I did not even get a chance to read it fully.
I'm on top of my game tonight. You gotta
I
watch
should be like, how about you put another chat because I missed what it said, or super chat. I missed what it said. Would you mind doing one more? Oh, that's
it. I'm
funny.
on top of my game tonight. Y'all better watch it with me. Thank you, Rob. I really appreciate it. You know I'm playing with you, bro. And everything else. But yeah, so I think that what I mean. It could mean something else. Uh uh I will I'll answer this for Tem Global. No, no, she's not. So people want to know if he was single. No,
I'm not.
no, she's not. She's married, has beautiful children and
Mhm.
everything else. So
Yeah,
unfortunately, sorry about
sorry.
that. That's life though. Anyway, besides that, again, I do see Tabitha as everything else. Shout out to T. Thanks for the gift, G. No problem, bro. No problem. What if? What's that? What if Tony is the mold? Oh, wait a second. I'm the mold. Listen, if that means that I get on the set,
I was just
motherfucker,
thinking that. Like,
I would make me the mole.
yeah.
You can make me a mole. You can make me a victim. You can do whatever you want. Just put me on the set. You know what I mean? You can make me one of the people who's having sex on the couch. They had that one guy,
I was going to
right?
say you should be in the colony, like you volunteer for colony.
I'll do that. I'll do whatever. Just get me in there. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. My man KP is in the
They
building
should.
right
They
here.
should. They should listen to you and put you over there. You would do great. I mean, they know it.
Oh, Lady Stoner said, "I'll be your mole." Who, mine? Who are you talking to? Yeah, I'll be your mole. What about? I was gonna say, what about a gerbil? Will you be the gerbil?
Tony, the videos, you said that, and now I have a video in my head. Like, let's move on because my mind is not okay right now. I'm visual. Um, I have the, what do we call it? Like picture memory.
Yes, yes,
I want to
yes.
forget stuff.
All right,
Let's
let's
move
go
on.
back.
Yes.
Let's go back to the picture of Kenny. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's pull Kenny. Let's
There you
pull
go.
this picture up. All right, let's go through. All right, so we have
Yep.
decided right here, right now. We're having a good time. There's over 250 people here in the chat. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy and your lady
Hmm.
up in here and everything else. We have put. I think we've gotten what we could get out of this picture right here. Let's see if we can.
I'm not sure if I mentioned something. So when they're so busy
Uh-huh.
arguing, I'm not sure because I can't see where he's looking. Can you
He
zoom in
looks
on that
like
or
I
no?
think he's looking in her face.
No,
I think he's looking. I think this eye line is to
oh
her.
no, no, Kenny. Because I think
Oh,
he's looking like
Kenny,
to us. I
he's
wonder
looking
if
at
he
Boyd. His eyes are like,
oh,
like slanted towards
what?
Boyd. He's like because he's reaching for the gun at the same time without taking his eyes. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's not looking down for the gun, right? He's reaching for that gun, but he's not taking his eyes
Yeah.
off Boyd at all.
See,
You
the
know what I
only
mean?
person I'm thinking either Boyd or whoever is standing here that is, here. And Kenny's like, okay, they're busy, they're arguing. Oh, save her, do this, and he's like, just gonna shoot her if it's Sarah. But we'll see if she's there.
Taipan said that she does not think that Kenny would
Mm.
just kill Sarah.
Oh, okay.
I mean Taipan. I'm
Mhm.
sorry. Elizabeth Moy.
Yes.
That's her opinion that she doesn't think that Kenny would do something like that.
Hmm.
Thank you, Luna. I hope see you later. Have a good have to be safe out there on the road. Drive home safe.
Yep.
And yeah, so I think that's what it is. We look at that girl in the background. Her shirt is a dog with a balloon on it. I do
Hmm.
believe. I don't know what that represents. I know people like to look at people's shirts and think it means
Hmm.
something. And then Fatima sitting here at the hospital too. Again, we're all at the hospital here.
Yep.
What it has to be something done. People are like, where's Ellis? I'm trying to look in that bed. Tika, thank you so much for the donation, baby girl. Really, truly appreciate it. I don't see anything in the bed directly behind them.
That pillow is nasty.
That pillow's fucked up.
Oh my god. Oh Lord.
Like that pillow
Mm.
is bad.
Ugh.
The Crown Monaco says it's Ellis that's outside in that van. They wouldn't leave him in that condition in the van. He had to be inside by now, I would think. So I don't think they would just leave him
Mm.
out and everything else. I don't, if again, so if you want to say that and you say Ellis is locked outside in the van, and that's why Boyd goes outside. Let's look at the picture.
Okay.
That does make sense.
Hmm.
I can't fight that right there. Or it would be this picture right here.
Okay.
Ellis, but the thing is, the van is behind Boyd right here. You can
Yeah.
see the van right here behind Boyd.
What if
Boyd's
something
look,
dragged him out? Like,
Boyd's looking straight ahead. He's got a
yeah.
tiny knife and a fist.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's not attacking. He's more of a in shock because it doesn't look like he's attacking. He's more
his,
of a like
his
bracing.
eyes are really big right
Yeah.
here. His eyes are really big. Like whatever he's looking at, his eyes are wide open for it. You know what I mean? It's not like he's ready for it. If he was fighting the monster here, people would say, wouldn't you think he would have a gun? The gun don't work. We know
Yep.
that.
Yep.
And I told y'all, maybe you got to start trying to hack these things to pieces. Maybe that's what he's
Mhm.
going for. Maybe I mean, that's a little knife
To
to
get it
hack
open,
with, but maybe
right?
he's trying to stab him with it or something like that. And maybe he's going to go hit him with the left hook.
Uh,
I don't know, but Could he be buying time out there so they can get Ellis in? The thing to me is that if Ellis, he's already got the blood on his shirt. He had the
Yeah.
blood on his shirt when he
Yep.
was in the other picture. So if Ellis is the reason why there's blood in his shirt, then Ellis has already been inside.
Hmm. I'm wondering who else could be affected by this. Like who else usually would be with them?
And
All the
Devin's like,
players
Kenny,
are there, I
it's
guess.
like Kenny put him out. I don't think Kenny could do that. Boyd has a gun himself.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So what's he gonna do? He gonna pull the gun on Boyd? Boyd's gonna pull the gun out of him. He says, "If you touch a gun, I'm gonna shoot you." Would
Right.
Boyd really think you're gonna shoot? You ain't shooting me, motherfucker. He really
Hmm.
got that much balls to shoot Boyd like that? I just don't think he does. I,
Hmm.
I don't think he does.
Yeah. I just wonder, okay, so who's missing from that group? Normally who would be in that group? Uh not Donna, whoever is in the town, right? In the town. So
Mm-hmm.
the only one missing is Alice. So the if the blood is already there, who else
Yeah.
would Boyd be shocked by seeing outside? And where's the blood coming from? Like
I mean, the blood. If the blood,
it's
when
Alice,
we
yeah.
see it's Ellis, because it's got the
Yeah,
handprints on
yeah.
the belly, like
And
he
then
reached
why would
out
he
and
go
grabbed.
out there again? So
That's the whole
it's
thing. Why
yeah.
is he out here again? If Ellis is already inside because the van is behind him,
Hmm.
why would he go out there unless he went? Because like I said, he would go out there to save buy time to get Ellis in. It seems like he's already out there. So why is he out there right now? Why is
Would
he doing that?
Alice, yeah, would Alice have a talisman in that thing, in that van? I don't think there is an extra one, right? What if the creature like dragged him out and he's like chasing him and then he sees the gore that we can see at this point and
Mm-hmm.
it's completely shocked by, Alice's ripped like body being ripped apart and there's nothing he can do. He can just like, okay, but it's done. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not sure.
it's hard to figure this
Yeah.
one out.
And
I
where's
want
Sarah too? Like where is she?
to go to this one right
Mhm.
here, a little picture earlier, and this
Yep.
is Boyd with the ballerina.
Mhm.
All right, and she's in one episode. This ballerina, from what it says on IMDb, so
Mhm.
she's not in any other episode. Uh,
Hmm.
so if I mean, would you think this is happening inside of his head?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh
this is
yeah.
the
Do we know the
music box.
title of the next one? Is there a title out? Like the
Yeah, yeah.
name?
It's Mudu Puhoff.
Alrighty. Okay. And I'm sure you were not choking right now. I'm sure
It's
that
something like that. I mean,
so okay.
I
What
had to
does it
look it
mean?
up.
I'm
It
assuming
mean,
it's in a different language.
it's a French name that means dancing, a man and a woman dancing.
Okay.
It's like mu
Okay.
doo doo or something, mu
All
da
right.
da, something like that. Pa doo doo, pas doo doo, do ducks. It says
Okay.
do ducks, but I think it's pronounced like doo doo. Pas
Okay.
doo doo, and it means like people dancing, ballerina, man
Okay.
and a woman.
Well, in a way, I mean, when I'm thinking of first of all, when I see ballerina, I'm thinking of that music box. That's one thing. People dancing, I'm thinking, like if somebody's it's dance. It's like you move here, I move there with you. So it's like moving together. It's not a mess. It's not a chaos. It's organized stuff, and definitely they are dancing to whatever melody they're being given, right? The people in the town.
Yeah, when I think of Dance of Dragons, like George
Hmm.
R. R. Martin would always call the battle a
Yeah.
dance, a fight between two people, a dance, and that the people were artists and they painted with blood, right?
Mm.
That was his whole thing. And so that's what I think of,
Mhm.
when I hear dance, and is this what it's this weird
Yeah.
that it's here. You know what I mean? These people are
Mhm.
here, and it's it's got to be in his head. There's no way this is physically happening
Yeah,
in front
no.
of him.
No.
And but why is this ballerina all of a sudden coming in his head?
Hmm.
It is doo doo. Y'all messing with me. I'm telling you, it's pronounced like doo doo. like
Yeah, I have
doo-doo.
no idea how it's pronounced. I'm sure there, to us it sounds like it sounds, but to those who speak that language, it's just their words, and
Yeah,
we who don't
doo-doo
speak
don't
it,
mean doo-doo to them. Our doo-doo ain't doo-doo to them.
right?
Different doo-doo. Different type of doo-doo, man. But yeah, I mean, this woman's beautiful. She is a trained
Mm-hmm.
ballerina doing these steps and everything else. I just don't understand. When I look at the
Mm-hmm.
ballerina, I just go back to what the dude said to him. He said, when the box stops, that's when they come.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a timer.
Yeah. The thing that I'm looking also at, like he is from military background for him. It takes so much dedication and work. Not like, a lot of things in life, but I'm just comparing the two. Being a ballerina, that is also, it's not combat, but it a lot of people don't realize how much goes into that, how much internal, dedication, hard work, like a lot of things in life, but just comparing that to. So I wonder if that has anything to do with that, and why would the ballerina be, present here for him, if it maybe just is a reminder of the box. But again, the question is, why was he so captivated by that music box with the ballerina in it? Hmm.
Yeah, it's weird. I
Yeah.
don't know why the ballerina would be there. It's hard. It's hard. And peace
Yeah.
out, John. Thank you for rocking with us and everything else, and coming every week and chilling with us and everything else. Definitely rock with you when you get back and all that stuff. But no, it's weird. The ballerina. It seems like everything is going to happen
Hmm.
at night, and I think that, and Song Bernard said it's a clue, but what
Hmm.
clue could it be? T-Bill says ballerina worms. Let me look
Ballerina
up.
worm.
Let me look at this word. It has to mean something, and we're just
Which
missing it.
worms? The
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 ballerina.
mm,
It has to be
let's do
something
some.
about. It has to. Uh-oh! I just looked this up right here. Ha ha ha! I.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. I know that some of y'all are going to enjoy this, and some of y'all are not going to. So let's look at it. So I just looked it up,
Hmm.
and I looked up. I googled. You can Google the same thing if you want. I just put ballerina music box meaning. I just gotta search it again,
Hmm.
and then it goes, "What does a music box symbolize?" So when I click on that, what does a music box symbolize? It says the music box symbolizes a connection to the world just out of reach. For the living, that's a supernatural world of immortality, life beyond death, magic, and elves.
Well, there we go. Oh my goodness.
That's what it says. So the music box symbolizes a connection to the world just out of reach. For us to live in, it would be a supernatural world of immortality,
Hmm.
life beyond death, which is immortality,
Yep.
magic, and elves.
Mm. And on top of that, you have a ballerina in it. So like I said last time, she's moving a lot, but she's not going anywhere. And they're moving, but they're not going anywhere. They're stuck, like she's stuck in a box.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, if y'all are
Yeah.
into thinking that, hey, this could mean something else. Let me take a super chat here real quick. Thank you so much, Jesse. Says use Donna's shotgun to shoot off their heads. Quite
Like, just like I can imagine, like they're splattering.
I
And
I
it goes back.
I give it a shot with that. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, does it mean aliens? It could be immortality. Teflon, who had immortality and why? It could mean. So let's go through it. Yeah.
Hmm.
I know it says magic and everything else. Listen, if this is human beings doing experiments, they could be doing experiments with alien DNA to try to be immortal, to try to live forever. When you looked at that dude was in chain, he looked like he was there for a long ass time.
Hmm.
So he could have those alien parasites in his body. Not that I said, that's what the actress called them. She called them extraterrestrial
Mm.
parasites inside of his body specifically, right? Is the word that she used. I'm not using. I'm just using the word she used. So it could be a situation where they're trying to find immortality. They're trying to see if they could live forever. It could be that,
Oh,
right?
there,
And
yeah.
I
There's
know
a
you want to
yeah,
say magic, but again,
yeah.
magic is nothing but science
Mhm.
that has not been discovered yet. So
Exactly.
it may seem like magic. Like, look, if I was living back when, let's just say, the times of Jesus or the Roman Empire or whatever, you can go back further than that, whatever. And the Don was there, and I had some motherfucking Mio in my hand. It's some Mio right here. And I said, watch me. I'm going to turn this water into fruit juice. Shoot, shoot, shoot. And gave it to him. They would say he has magic. Look
Right?
at this motherfucker and his magic. He just turned water into fruit juice. This motherfucker just did it. They would do that. That would be it because it would be undiscovered when it's really
Mhm.
technology.
Yep.
That, that's what the way it goes. So that's what I think going to deal with magic and stuff. But I do think that this could mean something.
Yeah.
Let's say it again. So and let's highlight Mika here. She says, "Hey Tony, I watched the Hannah episode again, and the word extraterrestrial was used by you or Phil, and maybe that's where she got it from. I can't tell you where she got it from. I have to rewatch it,
Mhm.
but I will say that she used it, and that would be it. So I would have to go back and look exactly where. Maybe it could have been implanted in her head by us, but I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I
There
don't
was a
know.
there was a comment here. Scrolled up there, so I can't see it. Who said it? But they said that Sarah or Boyd mentioned worms in season one. I think, and then I'm recalling they were in a tent, like, and Sarah's like lifting one of the worms and thinking like, "Oh, I
Right
would
here,
be."
this is a comment from
There we
Brooklyn,
go.
and it says
I
Boyd made a
wouldn't. Yeah.
reference to worms in season one, episode 10 to Sarah. He
Yeah.
did. He said that worms. He said you can. He said that you can cut a worm in half and it keeps
Hmm.
growing because worms are fucking creepy.
Yeah. And then Sarah before that might have said something. Do you like if they're like aware of it where they are or something like that? If the worm, is aware of what's happening or is, just
Mhm.
the dirt and the sun. So it's kind of like them. Are they aware where they are? That's a good catch. I didn't think about that about season one.
I did not, Brooklyn. That is a good catch and everything else. Again, but when dealing with the worms and Hannah saying it, if I say extraterrestrial, I never mentioned the worms or anything in his arm being extraterrestrial. She used that word for the worm specifically.
Mm,
I was talking about as a whole, so I don't think that would fly there. I think that's the word she used. So
mm.
y'all can say what you want and try to make it. In the end, I already know that I'm right, so I ain't worried about it. Y'all can say what you want. It be what it be what it's gonna be. Yeah, no spoilers at all, please. We're not doing spoilers
Hmm.
here. If you do spoilers, we're gonna have to put you in the box. All right, and we won't have to do that.
Yeah, there's no fun in spoilers, at least not for me.
People like maybe she was trolling. Y'all are trolling because y'all don't want it to be right.
Oh my gosh. But
Y'all are trolling. She
she's
said it. I didn't say it. She didn't have to refer to those things as extraterrestrial. She said that specifically. That's on. She said that, not me. Yeah, make sure you hit that like. We have over 270 people up in here rocking with us right there. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy and the lady up in here and everything. I know y'all. I hate people. Oh, Miss Phil. We miss Phil too. Miss wish Phil could be here, but Phil,
yeah.
he got a job and stuff, so it just runs late sometime. And he'll try to make it here if he can. He already told me and everything else. That's just the way it goes and everything else. But listen, this is what we go. This is what we theorize, and this is what we go. Let me see what other pictures we have here to show real quick. We got Kenny, we got that the ballerina Boyd outside. It's another ballerina picture. Donna and Ethan. I don't know if that's relevant. I mean, we can look at the the other picture of Boyd and the ballerina again. It's
Mm,
the same, I would say.
yeah. There
This
are
is
no chairs in there. What's up with the
Williams.
no
Yeah,
chairs?
he's in the church, right?
Yeah, I thought there were chairs in there. More chairs. It's empty.
Yeah, I think he's in the church right now. There's no
Mm-hmm.
chairs from what we can see in this and everything else. She's on a tippy toes right
Yep.
here, and everything. And it's just weird when you're dealing with this whole situation. Again, it's hard for me to think of what it could mean. I think that that the music box symbolism that I just read to you is what it is, a connection to the world just out of reach. And that's what he could be.
Hmm.
He could be, this chick could just be out of reach of them getting out of this place, is just out of reach.
And he's
um
really trying to figure this out. So that explanation, like we are trying to figure out, but they're trying to figure out not as much as they could have. I would set it up differently.
yeah, they're not discussing, they're not
They're not
talking amongst
discussing
each other.
anything.
They're not
Yeah.
talking amongst each other enough, I would say,
And
and
there was a
everything.
question for us, a choice, like what we're, what our choices for tonight. What are you drinking, Tony?
Oh, who asked that question?
Just I'm sorry, somebody, it scrolls up and I can't see the name. I only have like 3 or 4 comments on my
Oh,
screen.
okay.
Just
I'm drinking Heineken Silver.
and I'm
Hi-
drinking white wine with mixture of pineapple juice and Sprite.
There you go.
Hmm.
I have something else, some I don't know, some crazy stuff. I have a bunch of stuff because I have a bar in my house, so I'm loading it up with stuff and everything else, and I
Nice.
have the mini fridge right next to it and everything. So I'm loading it up with women
Wolf
drinks,
spear.
most, some bold, but women drinks in there too. Some of that, some like white claw, not white claw. I think it's some white claw.
Never had it. Is it good? Do you
Yeah, I
know?
don't know. I haven't drank it. I just have it. It's not the regular one. It's like a champagne. It's like a vodka and soda drink,
Okay.
like
Hmm.
White Claw vodka
Okay.
soda. So it was just a vodka and some soda in it and stuff. It's not the regular one
Hmm.
and everything and all of that. But it's white wine. People say they want to try that. Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah, it's good. It's very refreshing. It's not too strong. It can barely taste any alcohol, but it has, it tastes good. I like white wine, so this is a good mix.
Yeah, I got everything in the bar. I got Hennessy Pure White. This is the empty bottle of Hennessy Pure White, but I got 4 more bottles of that. I got the regular Hennessy up in there. I got everything. I got anything you want in there. You know what I mean? Anything you need to drink, I got Jack Daniels. I got bourbon. I got it, bro. I got everything in there. I got Bacardi. I got all that stuff. So it's all there. So
Nice, nice.
people like we're making mojitos for episode 6. Yeah, we do it. We could definitely get it popping and stuff.
Yeah.
Most likely when the season finale, we're gonna have to do like a live watch along stream or something like that
Hmm.
when that comes on and everything else. But we'll
Yeah.
get back to this show and this episode. I get Elamar when they say that this is going to be I like cheap Arbor Mist. Hey, it's not about how much it costs, it's just how it makes you feel.
Exactly.
That's all about.
Exactly.
Do you think that this is going to actually live up to expectations? I don't know. What do you think?
Episode 6, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
They're doing great so far, and I really don't mind. I was watching a movie the other day or somewhere where it was so slow in the beginning, and I'm thinking, okay, I gotta watch it. And then the what do you call the third act or whatever it's
Mhm,
called? My God, I mean, I could not stop. Like, it was amazing. I loved it. So if these people, and they seem to be doing, they know what they're doing. If they're doing this kind of like building it, it's a great build up. It's like, you're getting there, and then boom, episode 6 is it has a potential for that explosive energy, and I'm
mhm.
definitely here for it. I would
Yeah,
love it.
Hannah said episode 6 and episode 10. That's the exact same 2 episodes that Elizabeth Moy said. It was episode
Mm,
6 and episode 10. Liz Saunders, she said episode 6 specifically. You know what I mean? So it's 6 is in all of them. They all say
mm.
6. This is the episode right here. So it's gotta pop. And I would think that when you have a show like this, a mystery box show, it has to get to a point where you start solving some of these mysteries for
Mhm.
people, or people are going to
Yeah.
stop watching. You're gonna lose some audience.
Yeah, you
You know,
cannot wait for episode 10. That would not work for something like that. There's a build up. You get people like, let's say episode 6, they hit that, whatever we want, and then I get like they can kind of go up and down, but they should never go below what episode 6, slightly below it. Should never go really low to like completely just a filler episode after that. There should always be something, with episode 10 just being completely, us wanting season 3 at that point.
yeah, 100%. C10 saying I didn't get the notified by the bell. Make sure you click when you hit the bell. You gotta make sure you hit all notifications. You have to put all notifications when you get that.
Mhm.
It doesn't work if it doesn't have anything on like that. You know what I mean?
I'll be right back.
Uh-huh. People saying from spelled backwards is morph. I think we know what morph is, like with morphing into someone, changing into someone. If that's what they're trying to say. That is what it is and stuff. So yeah, I could see that. Also, I mean, I liked. Someone said like people wondering like the ambulance said Troy, and you can spell from Troy, right? If you just add a couple of things and everything else like that, like the T is the F, and then Troy R, and then the O, and then the Y, and you could change that Y into an M, right? So it could be from Troy and stuff like that. So I like that too and everything. I do think that it's an amazing binge watching series, but I just don't think that it works for a hit show. You can't do that type of watching for a truly hit show, because if you want a water cooler type show, it has to be a week to week show, because then you get 10 weeks, 10 full weeks of it going down and everything else, right? So that's what it would be and stuff like that. So if you don't do it that way, then you may get 2 weeks of talk and then it's all over, and that's it. So it's better for it to be that. People are wondering why is it called from? I would say from, like, where is everybody from? Where are the people keeping them there from? There's a bunch of different ways you can say why the show is called from, but it's hard and everything else. You know what I mean?
Definitely, especially with the, like you said, where they're from. At first, I thought that it's actually in a season 1. I thought it's the morph when you turn it around, like the creatures are morphing. But I think somebody mentioned this episode that it's like, where are you from? When are you from? Because of the different times too. Yeah.
Yeah, I did have the picture. Where is that picture of that dude? There it is, right there. All right, well, let's take a look at this picture real quick. All right, so again, we have Boyd here looking like he's pleading his case to her. It seems like he's pleading his case to her a
Hmm.
couple of times. But the interesting thing is
Who's
this month,
that? Yeah.
Elgin.
Huh.
I can tell by the afro and the white shirt that this and
Okay.
skin tone that this dude is right here in the background peeking. The hell is he doing there? What
Right.
the hell Elgin doing there?
And
What the
what
hell is
exactly? Why is he
Elgin doing?
there?
Why is he even there? How did he
Hmm.
get down there? You know what I mean? I don't understand it. And what he peeking on? I'm trying to. What do you think, Elmo? Why is Elgin there?
Okay, what if he's having another one of those visions or dreams, or something is happening with him, or he just wants to hang out. I mean, it looks like he's going different. Like he's going to the church. He was just walking around town. What if he just kind of like ended up there and kind of, you know, didn't just go away when they heard talking? When he heard people talking, he's like, okay, what's going on? Let me listen in on that. Hmm,
I don't.
I
People are
don't know.
saying crazy stuff. Elgin is stealing drugs too.
Why would he be? He doesn't look like he's got issues at all.
No, Elgin
Right.
is there for Sarah. Why would he be there for Sarah? We haven't
Hmm.
seen Sarah. at all in this whole situation. So I don't know
Ooh, what if she, like,
why he
hurt
would be there for
herself?
that.
What if she hurt herself? Because she says, like, she's not strong enough for this, right? She can be she's not like, she's not supposed to be here, and I wonder what happened, because 'cause I've only seen it 1.5 times, that episode. I don't see the ending of it
Mhm.
again, but she's walking past the house where the Matthews are staying. Where is she going? Like, I wonder if she, like, decided to, okay, everybody hates her, she hates herself, she's gonna, like, do something.
Like what? Kill herself or put
Yeah,
herself in the box?
right? Like, just that's what I thought, she's doing. I just didn't see her, like, walking into the box.
I
Like,
I
putting
I
herself in the
don't know.
box.
Yeah, I don't know if she would do that.
And then,
If she
like,
was doing,
Boyd
I
is,
mean,
like,
she
dragging
seemed
her
like
out
she
of
was
there, like, "We need you. Don't go
in the
and
big.
don't die."
Yeah, in the beginning, it seemed like she was ready to die. Like whatever happens, it happens, and
Yeah,
everything else. And then after she, wanted the thing from her brother, wanted some clothing. I don't
yeah.
think you go and want those things if you're gonna die. I think you do those if you're gonna still live, and everything
Um,
else.
the only thing that she wanted is the thing that, Kenny broke. She didn't want anything else technically, right? That's the
She
only
wanted
thing that
clothes. She did say she wanted that flannel of her brother because she said she
from
thought it smelled like him.
from the guy in the house, right?
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
didn't give that to her, so that was the shirt and the statue. So the shirt she did not get. They kicked her out, and the statue's broken. So technically, it's like she got nothing at this point,
Yeah, and
and
she
everybody
tried to
hates
get
her.
she went on the floor to pick the pieces up,
Yeah,
like
we
she was
shoved
gonna
them in
put
a
it back
box.
together.
Yeah.
But Kenny fucked that whole thing up.
Mhm.
So I don't know. So why are they all in the clinic together? I think we figured this out last week. We came up with this last week. And I think our theory for the chat and me and Elamar that we're going
Mhm.
with is that something happens that to Boyd's son.
Yeah.
They jump in the van and drive down to the clinic. Now, what happens to him, we don't know. Could he be he gets caught and he gets Father Cotchery and he gets caught with something and that's what goes down. That he gets caught and by a monster and he gets
Mhm.
clawed and they got to save his life. That's why the blood would be there and they got to take him down to the clinic
Hmm.
and that would be that.
What if Sarah saved, Alice, and like, what if Sarah kind of like, because didn't she say, I still think that they're there for a reason, for the to overcome, or to be studied for the thing that they could not deal with outside. So, like, for Sarah, she was saved by her brother,
Hmm.
so maybe she needs to save someone. For Father Kotri, he, um couldn't save that boy, because I think it turns out that the boy was dead and he killed somebody because of that. The father who beat the son up. So here he wanted to save somebody. So he was able to save people, or wanted to save people, and he didn't
Hmm.
just turn away from that, from the fight. So I wonder if Sarah wants to, instead of being saved, wants to save somebody. That's what all she wanted to do. And what if she's the one who saves Alice and dies in the process?
What do you think she's gonna die this quick?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe.
I,
I don't
I
want her
don't.
to die. There's
I
so much
I
stuff,
can't.
but like with Hana Khatri, he had so much. I had so much hope for him. I wanted answers from
I did
him.
too, but he died in like episode eight,
Right?
nine. I don't know if he died at
I
episode
think
six.
in my mind, nobody's ever safe. After Game
Yeah,
of Thrones,
yeah.
I don't get attached to people too quickly.
I 100% agree with you on,
Mm,
on that too, and that should be a factor. I just think it's too early to kill a major
mm.
character like her, and I
She's
think the
amazing.
fact that everybody wants her to die, or is the fact that she's not going to die.
Uh,
And Father Kotri basically died for her.
yeah.
And that's just what it is. Like he basically, put his whole life on the line for her. And that's the last one. And when he died, it was the same situation. They broke into Colony House. They were all in the van trying to escape. He went outside and tried to save them, and then that's when
Mhm.
he got clawed.
Yeah.
So it seems like that's what that van is used for, to escape.
Yeah. With the theme of people overcoming whatever their issues were, like even for, I was thinking about it before, and then got reminded of it. I think last episode. Sorry, with oh goodness, what's her name? Ethan's sister. I keep forgetting her
Oh,
name.
and I was about to say Hannah. It's Julie.
Julie, yes, Julie. So Julie, in the first episode, we see her as just being, oh, death, blah blah blah. It doesn't affect her. She's so strong, and Ethan is just so affected. And here the roles are opposite, switched, where Ethan is the one. He's overcoming the fears. He's not afraid of this. He's on a quest, and Julie is having those panic attacks, which is completely opposite to kind of like maybe understand somebody else's side. So I think they're on a basically they're living through things that they have to either understand for themselves to
Hmm.
overcome something or to just be better people. But I don't think it's for their benefit. I think they're still being studied um, in some way.
Chicken. What's that? Chicken Marcel.
Oh no, I'm hungry. Is it Marcella? Oh my god.
Uh, Chicken
Chicken
Marcel.
Marcella. Oh.
It says, how come we never see anyone's cell phones, even when we do see that? We see it this
Hmm.
episode, where they actually addressed it this season and
Hmm.
said the cell phones don't work specifically. So for people who definitely wanted to know that, they used the cell phone with the alarm for them to find the girl who got stabbed in the head. So we have seen the cell phones, and the cell phones don't work. They said specifically, which
Hmm.
it's not far fetched at all. Cell phones don't work in our world right now.
Right.
They don't work. You're not everywhere you go, depending on your service and carrier. So
Yeah,
it
and they
would
can
be
be blocked too, right? Signal blockers over there.
yeah, it would be easy to make it so that your phone
Yeah.
don't work out there and everything else, and especially if you don't have no charger for it or anything like that
Hmm.
to plug it in or whatever. You
Yep.
know that's what it would be. So they did explain it. I'm saying I know a lot of people ask, for them to explain certain things. They have explained certain things. You know what I mean, and everything else. They have explained everything. There's nothing big yet, but they've done little things, and you've heard, Tabitha talking to her husband, and they're coming up with stuff, and he's talking to boy. And I think that's what, as it goes on, you're gonna start seeing this whole situation. People keep bringing up Jade. Jade is the. I think. Let's talk about this real quick. I don't see the guy Randall in this thing right now.
Hmm.
But we do see Randall last episode sitting on top, like he made a hole inside the roof
Right.
of there. Do you think that he plans on making a trap for them and trying to trap them inside of inside of the bus?
So,
Like
at
have them
first when
come in and then shut the door when they have with the talisman, but they would be able to get out
yeah.
then, right? It wouldn't matter because we've seen them inside of houses with talismans on the wall
Mhm.
once when they were invited in, and it didn't do anything. So how would he trap them in there?
So, okay, at first when I saw that, I'm thinking he wants to die. Like he's going there to have a best view in a house, the best seat in a house, the view of how he's gonna die, front seat. But then at the same time, um, being there on top, I wonder if he knows enough about them. They can jump on top. That old lady was on the second floor,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not like they cannot get on top of it. Maybe he wants to um have that rush of, because they don't run, right? We're assuming they're going to go climb slowly, but
Mm-hmm.
again, I don't know if he knows that. um Maybe he just wants to jump in there. It looks like it's the sunroof. It was
Mm-hmm.
already there. The cover is just kind of on the side, I think, from what I remember. He may just go inside the moment he sees them and kind of like plays with them, like just have has fun with them.
He
And
might
maybe
go,
that's gonna try how they're gonna react to him.
he could go out there and get his rifle, take a shot, and when they come, jump back in
Right.
and close the door real quick, and then get them mad, and then they go away, jump back on top, and shoot.
Right. Like I think he's gonna I think he's gonna have like not fun, but it's kind of a fun, like that rush, that adrenaline rush, and that defiance. Like, okay, you think I'm scared of you? I'm not scared of anything. Like, come here, like get closer.
Songbird is saying Randall is making his drone. Well, if drone, we seen the picture with him with the drone in his hand. That was made out of plastic. So that drone is maybe it's just chilling on the bus.
Mm.
Maybe someone left it there in the bus or something like that. But he wouldn't be making that drone. But that
Maybe that
drone
was in his
definitely.
bag. That's why he got so. I was going to say that's why he got so upset at the guy going through his stuff because that's where his drone was.
It could
Maybe.
be. It could have been
Yeah.
his. Luna Cascade, thank you for super said driveway moment. Can we talk about what Nada said about visions? What is this? Who is Nada?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
Visions about visions.
Who's Nada? I
Who's
don't know who
talking about
Nada is.
visions there?
I'll talk about visions. I just don't know.
Hmm.
Let me check. Who's Nada? let me check this real quick. Oh, yep, I got a cash app here, right here. Oh, let me see. My man Fernandez T says, for you brought up my quest about the guy on the roof of the bus. No doubt. Thank you for that. And Chris says, sent $5 saying for the kids are different Thomases. Are the For the kids are different Thomases from different dimensions. All right. Uh, I
Different
think
times, maybe.
I
Maybe.
understand what they're trying to say.
Okay.
Could they be a different Thomas from a
Hmm.
different dimension? So when you deal with alternate universes, not everyone looks
Hmm.
exactly the same. So could they be a different
Hmm.
Thomas where all those kids, those babies, are different Thomases from different dimensions? I can't tell you they're not,
Hmm.
but it would be crazy if they were. And she was the mother of all of them and everything else, and that's why they're saying that to her.
But they're girls too,
Yeah,
so
so when you deal
isn't
with
her
alternate
children?
universes, the genders
That's
sometimes
right.
mess.
That's right. Loki and yeah.
Yeah, so you could be a
Hmm.
girl, for depending on how they want to play it, right? But it could be a girl. You could be born a girl instead in a different universe
Hmm.
and everything else. So it could be a situation dealing with that and all that.
And yeah, I mean, we don't see children monsters, right?
No, we have not seen any children. I think the children
Huh.
are what are being experimented on. They're putting everything in the
Hmm.
children, and that's what it is. And then I think they flood and kill everybody. And I think that's
Hmm.
what's going to happen here. Everyone's going to get flooded out and get killed. You know what I mean? What do the monsters eat if they eat? Is what Colt is asking. We haven't seen the monsters eat a goddamn thing in this
Right?
show yet. So I have no idea what they eat, if they eat at all. We have no idea if they eat.
Mm.
They have never eaten anything that we've seen in this show yet. Not one
Yeah.
time. But Randall,
Maybe they eat fear. That's their energy source.
all right, let's talk about that real quick because I
Mhm.
heard some people comment on that. We got another super chat. It says, thank you so much from Lashona. It says for Sarah knew Eldrin's name, but he never told her it. Is that the case? Did Sarah know his name and he never said it? Did that really happen?
I don't know. No, I
I have
think
to
she
go.
just said, "Are you from the bus?" I think she said that. That's her words. Are you from the bus? I think. I don't think she used his name.
Hmm. I have to see. Micah, thank you for Mika. Thank you for the super chat. So I heard Julie say, "Damn, I'm missing Teflon TV." Yes, and listen, and you heard Hannah when she was on here. She told you specifically. She said it. She said that everybody on the show is aware of Don Tony Teflon. Teflon. Everyone, they all know. Him. Everyone up there is aware of us, right? So all you people in the chat, they all know us. They know the deal. They know they're aware of you. They're aware of me. They know all about us. and that's the bottom line. I told you that was.
I don't think they know about me because I'm just popping up from time to
They
time,
know
but they
about
know
you.
you.
They know
Yeah.
about you because you were on the whole first season.
Mm, flew by. Huh. So what do you think about the
She said, "Nice to
yeah.
meet you, Elgin." People are saying.
Hmm.
I have to
Okay.
go back and look and see
Hmm.
if that was the time. If that was the case, that she just said his name before. No,
Oh,
listen. I told y'all, Jackie sees that they watch it. I told you, don't think this because you dealt with them. They actors and they have a beautiful job being an actor, but they regular people, man. They ain't no different than us, and they speculating what's going on too,
yeah.
because they want to know if they're gonna get killed off, and they check on stock coming.
And definitely there are channels, there are a lot of channels, I'm sure, loving on different shows, but I know I don't know other channels because I don't have time for other channels. I have only time for this channel.
Yeah, well,
That's where
as
I'm
you
putting
should,
my energy.
as you should. Who cares about those other channels?
So definitely like I'm saying we because yes, we dissected. I mean, I'm just here for fun, and and I can be like oblivious sometimes, and I love it because that's just my escape. This is my escape from other life where I don't. Here, I just can enjoy stuff, and I can watch people making, predictions and stuff. And Tony is amazing at it. Those of you who know Tony, he he will.
Well, thank
He's a
you.
great detective. He's got a lot of years of experience in that. So
I'm pretty good
yes,
at it. I think I
mhm.
really am.
Yes, you
Oh,
are. Yes, you are.
look it up. Look this
Mm.
up. Someone says, "What does an owl symbolize?" Let me do this real quick. It says, "Owls are considered a symbol of wealth, prosperity, wisdom, good luck, and fortune." Spiritually, owl symbolizes inner wisdom, change, transformation, good luck, and self-actualization.
Mm. They're also
That is a
nocturnal, aren't
symbolizer.
they?
Yes.
Most of them, maybe. I don't know enough about owls, but that's what I thought.
Yeah, they kill shit.
At
Kelly
night.
Johnson. I ain't seen Kelly Johnson in a long time. He says, "T, when are the usual suspects gonna ride again?" Well, I'll be at Con of Thrones. If people are interested, if you ever want to meet me in person or anything, I'll be at Con of Thrones in Orlando. You could look up Con of Thrones. I'll be there in Orlando in August when that jumps off. I would say, we're usually when the House of the Dragon or something like that comes up or comes back on, we'll be back then. And Jackie C says the owl is the symbol of the Illuminati. Yeah, the
Mm.
Court of Owls from Batman is the Illuminati, right? And everything else. So yeah, the owls definitely symbolize a lot of different things and stuff, without a shadow of a doubt. But you know, but I'll be there. I'm telling you, I'm not playing either. I'm really considering doing a FromCon. That's not a joke. Like when I'm just saying I'm gonna do it, I'm dead ass. I almost did a Teflon con. LMR could tell you. Like it
Yes.
was it was this close.
The whole thing happened. The COVID stuff happened.
Yeah,
I
when the
think
COVID stuff went, if that COVID stuff didn't go down, we would have did a
we would have
Teflon.
had a con. Yeah.
We would have did a Teflon con
Yeah.
at dead ass. So I'm not playing that. I'm really considering because I already looked up. I'm telling you, yeah, I'll talk to you right now. I looked up everything and all that. Thank you, Kelly Johnson, for becoming a member. Really, really appreciate it. 9 months. Did you sign up for 9 months, bro? Really? Thank you so much, man. I truly appreciate it. John Henderson, let me get to your super chat. Before I do, let me just talk about this con situation. I looked it up and I was trying to balance the budget and everything else. It's gonna cost me $10,000 to do it. That's estimate that where I got. It would cost me 10 G's, which I'll pay it. I don't care. If I could, and if I was able to break even, I'd be fine with that. I don't even have to make a profit on it. But to rent a hall, and obviously I want to get a couple of actors on there. Now I've already talked to, Jasmine Monster, who agreed to come to the con. I've already went through details with her about it. She would come. I was going to have to pay for her to get here and pay for a hotel and things like that. I've talked to somebody else that I'm not going to mention, another actor from the show, but they also agreed to come. So I would have two actors that would be there. They would do autograph sessions and signing, and they would get paid from that. And whatever money they would make on that, they would keep. I would try to have like a shop place where people could sell stuff, and I would have one room where we could do panels and interviews every day, and it would be for about 2 days. So when I looked at everything, it would most likely be 10 G's in the end. So it really would come down to how many people would actually buy this ticket to the con. And if I had enough people, listen, you contact me privately and say yes, how much you would go and how much you would know about Kelly Johnson celebrates 9 months of membership. T, what you know about Quarter Arrows? I know the whole plot line. I'm a big comic book fan of that. I would need to know that. How many people would actually go to this thing? Really go? Because I would have it in Nashville. I already talked to my boy in Nashville. And I would have it in Nashville is where it would be in Nashville, and that's the way it would go. John Henderson says, I think Elgin at the clinic because Kenny and the Nerf locked Sarah in the basement where Kenny dad died. I want to talk about that in a second, but
Yeah.
let me just pull this off and everything else and all that good stuff. We're talking con and everything else, but I would do it in Nashville. And everything else. So that's what it would be, and everything else. It would be in Nashville, and then I figured that we could all go out on the strip in Nashville after the con, and we could all have some drinks and just chill. You know what I mean? And we do it for 2 days, maybe a Friday and a Saturday, and that's what it would be. So if you really, this is what it is, and I'm being honest. If you really are into something like that and you really want to do it, I would just need a way to know exactly how many people would come. We would have charged LMR $50.
I'm sorry, how much you would charge for that?
Yeah, how much would it be? Like $50 a ticket? I had
I
to
don't
try to
know.
make this money
I
back.
don't know. I have no idea actually. I have
It'd
no
probably be
idea.
like $50 a ticket or something like that. It's $50 for the pass. And then I got to get the passes, the from con passes, and all
Yeah.
this stuff and everything else printed up. So let's just say $50 a pass it would be a sign.
Fernando
And then,
says he'll pay 100.
well, listen, buy
Yeah.
two.
Tony, if we're talking prices, I don't know why 50 is kind of too low for a con.
It is low
I'm
for a
thinking it's
con.
kind of low.
I know, but I want as many people to come
No, I know.
as as much as come. All right. We'll talk con a little bit
Yeah.
later. White House Ladies History says, "Love you guys. How would you like for the show to end? Not how you think, but how would you want it to be if you were the director?" Well, I would like all my theories to come true.
Little green people over there, aliens.
Oh,
No.
that would just be right about it. I
No.
mean,
Yeah.
that's how I'm biased on that opinion, but that's how I would like it. Elba, how would you?
Um, I would like for it to probably turn out to be an experiment. But I don't think I'll be happy with them being dead. Um, uh, but again, how them waking up, I'm saying waking up from whatever's happening to them and getting out of there. I don't know what would have to happen for that cohort to break out of there. Why weren't others
Mhm,
lucky? What happened? And if whatever happened to actually get them out of there so that these people can be so-called saved, I would
mhm.
like for it to be properly done, because if it would be too easy, then why did the others not get out? um, and I don't want it to go on forever and become a mess. I want it to be well done, um, and be organized. That's all I'm wanting from it, to make sense and to be a surprise and not a fizzle, kind of like fizzling away, but with a punch.
All right, and people keep talking about the con now. So I would like it to end exactly like all my theories say, so I could just come on here and not eat that shit. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. But I do think it's going to end that way anyway, so I'm not even worried about it. It's going to be an experiment with aliens. The people, the government, United States or whatever, experimenting with alien DNA, and Jade's company is the reason why everything happened. I'm 100% cool
Mm.
with that. As for the con, people are saying that 50 is too low. I would do $100 ticket if people want, but I understand that people got to pay for
No.
plane fare, people got to pay for housing and everything else like that. If I was able to do $100, yes, I do have to pay for security. I'm saying it's going to cost me 10 G's. Most of the money is going to go from flying the people over here to the con, paying for their flight, and paying for their hotel while they're here. That's where a lot of the money is going to go. You know what I mean? And everything else, and everything. And that's the way it goes. So that's what it would be. But if I front the 10 G's, no doubt about it, to get the con off the ground. And if I was just able to, and it wouldn't be like it would be like, listen, I did that right off the bat, and I fronted the 10 G's on it, and I have no problem doing that. And it was, it's not going to be the best. But if I made a profit on it or something like that, believe you me, the next year con, then I can get some big names where I can make some money. Where I'm like, listen, I can break them off. You know what I mean? With like, here's 10,000, here's 5 G's to show up or something
Mhm.
like that. Then we can get them all,
Yeah.
and that's it. Then MGM's is gonna come, and then we'll talk to MGM personally and say, you want to participate in this situation and throw some dough this way and help us push this thing off the ground the way it's supposed to be.
And Tony definitely is the best panelist that there can be.
I'm
And
pretty
I'm just
good.
not just saying it because we're friends. I've seen, and I'm not saying others that are not great, but I'm talking from a review of what actually people in the audience and how they reacted. So Tony definitely does know what he's doing with that stuff. Knows how to entertain people.
I do a pretty good job on the
Mhm.
panels. I would love to interview them live and everything else. It would be a great time and everything else. And I would bring in people like I got to already said we got one. We got Jasmine Monster already do it. I'm sorry, I'm not bullshit.
That's awesome.
Bullshit. I talk to people about it because I'm dead ass. I would like to meet you all. I would like to meet you. I dead ass would like to meet you all. I would like to plan it if we're gonna do it. Probably wouldn't get it done this year, but maybe next year, and we plan it that the season finale is like on one of the days, like maybe on the Saturday, whatever the Saturday, the season finale is there, and then we just watch the season finale together. All of us together watch the last episode. Be amazing. Have a great time up in there. You know what I mean? That's what it would be and everything else. But no, if you're really interested, I'm dead ass. I wish I could just say just contact, but I don't want everyone contacting me on one spot. I would just need to know exactly how many people would be there. Will you go
And
live?
definitely.
I would definitely. So,
Mhm.
would you go live at the con? Those that couldn't, but I would be there live. So we would do a live thing at the con right there with everyone in the audience out and everything else like that. You know what I mean? I would. And Micah says have a contest for a free pass. Yeah, I would definitely do that too and everything else. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, of course we go live there and everything else. There'd be no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But once we got it big, then we do it big. We do it big. You know what I mean, and everything else. But that's what I came up with. 10 G's. I would either do it there or I do it in Saratoga, New York. But I think that Nashville is the best. I think it's best to do it in Nashville because who doesn't want to go to Nashville? Nashville's a fucking fun time.
It was that one kind was quite beautiful. Even the weather, people kept saying it's really hot, whatever time that was of the year. I did love it. Yeah.
No, we had a really good time in
Hmm.
Nashville. Like I said, going out on the Nashville strip to hang out there in the
Yeah.
strip in Nashville at nighttime. It would be it's central. It'll be everything. You know what I mean? There's an airport that's close right by. You can get off the airport, be right there. We go hang out for breakfast in the morning. Get to go to the goats. Get some. And Nashville is like, I'm off topic, but it's open container. You know what I
Mhm.
mean out there, so you can just drink walking through the streets and just chill.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like we was having a great time. I'm gonna say we were having a great time.
Yeah.
Like when you go to breakfast there, all they say straight, the first thing they say is, "Would you like a Bloody Mary or a mimosa?" They don't say nothing, no orange juice, no motherfucking chocolate milk. That's the first thing they say, right? And it's 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Bloody Mary or mimosa. And that's where Elamar started came up with that the Happy Mary.
I call it. Oh well, yeah. It's a Happy Mary. It cured a hangover a couple times over there. That's the first time I had a Bloody or Happy Mary. That's actually the first time I had it. It's quite delicious.
Oh, it was a great time. Yeah, a great time. So yeah, listen, I'm gonna really start talking about it, really thinking about getting it done and everything else and all that good stuff. And we just raised some money to get Carl away over here from Australia to come to, and that's it. And then we're good to go. We'll pay Carl away to come to perform for. Maybe we can make enough
Right.
money to pay Carl away to perform for us and sing for us while we're there, and everything else. We can get this thing popping, and that's it. You know what I mean?
And just
Because
make it
there's a
extra visible here on different media that a lot of followers. It can work. You can people can spread the word about it. So not just people from the chat and who follow you, but people outside can know
exactly,
about it.
exactly. I mean, listen, hit me up, Teflon TV on Facebook if you would be interested in going, and let's just try to put a tally. Maybe I'll put a poll up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a poll up on my YouTube channel, on my community section, and just let me know if you would do it or not. If I put in there, if you would be down with it. Red Lipstick Club says Bloody with Jameson is her favorite.
Hmm. Never had that one.
I'm gonna leave Anna's picture up there for a while.
You're welcome, everyone.
For
You're
all
welcome.
y'all guys and women in the chat, we're gonna leave Anna's picture up there for a while. And that what it is. All right. Next thing like that. Voice of 916 on the panel. Would love to have the voice of
Hmm.
916 on the panel. Would love to have her on the panel to introduce everybody. She could be like the MC, the host, and she
Hmm.
could just introduce everybody. She can introduce me, Phil, Lamar, and listen, I'm be honest, like if I did this and there were other like YouTubers that you guys like or whatever, and you were like, hey, we'd like to have this person, I would let them come and be on the. I mean, they could pay and they could be on a panel too and things like that. I'm not that type of guy. You know what I mean? Because I, came from a community which I love that people were a lot divided, and then I went and seen like this one community. Like I'm a New York Jets fan, and if you look at all the Jets YouTubers, all of them go on each other's channel. They're all friends with each other. No one's jealous of each other. It's cool about it. And I would love to have a situation like that with other YouTubers. In fact, I'm talking to this one YouTuber. He has contacted me a couple of times. So do a he wants to come on the channel and do like a group YouTube thing at the end of the season. And I already agreed to do it with him. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll definitely do that and everything else. I'm very inclusive when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? And so I would want everyone to come up in there and everything else and have a good time and stuff. All right, let's start talking about the show again.
Yep.
I know that's why y'all are all here. All right, and everything else. All right, and this comment it says, from King's Council said, who y'all think about the man in the woods and who helped Boyd up the well? All right, let's take this by one step at a time. The man in the woods. Who are we talking about the man in the woods? Who's the man in the woods?
Is that the guy that was chained up? It was
I
kind of in the
guess I
woods,
guess
right?
I guess we're talking about that the guy who was chained up and who helped Boyd after well. We have no proof of any one of these things. You know what I mean? None of these things and everything else. We have no proof of who helped him up there or anything. It's hard. The guy's name is Martin, and it's hard to think that Martin was able to put that rope down there. If I ever get a chance to interview the showrunner, and I'm working on it right now, I'm gonna ask him that straight up. I like, who the fuck put that rope down the
Right.
goddamn well?
Physics, like, like what's going on? Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Everything. So, what again? We're about,
Mm,
it seems like those worms, and we're gonna find
hmm.
out if those worms were good or bad. You know what I mean? If he did him a favor by putting him in his body, or he did it bad.
Mm,
Because in the when you look at the trailer that they released for this, he's in pain. Like he's gripping, he's there for a
Mhm.
reason and stuff. So that's why I'm thinking maybe they find out about these worms in his body. And maybe that's the reason why Kenny pulled a gun on him.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, to Kenny not knowing if it's good or bad, he might as well just get rid of him. Doesn't want to risk it. Somebody, I think it's Johnny, I forgot the rest of the name, here said that he was using TK. Was it like telekinesis, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, the house, right? Matthew's house, it was as if crushed by something invisible. What if it's some kind of force that just crushed it? And if the force can crush a house like that, um, why can't it just throw a rope?
100%. King's Council said that him and his wife, they come to this channel every time after the episode. No, thank you for coming in here. I really truly appreciate it. I know someone said Nocturnal Critic. Would I have him at the? Yeah, I would have anyone that y'all want to see. Not about me, and that's the whole thing when you do conventions and things. It's not about me. It's about you. It's your experience. I would want you to have whoever you would want there, not who I would want there. It's not about me. It's not the Teflon con. It's the From con. So anyone who's down with From, I would have down there if they wanted to be a part of it, and that's just what it is. You know what I mean? So no, I am not jealous, afraid, or worried about anyone. I stand on my own too. So I would have anyone there. I'm not worried about anyone doing anything else like that. That's the way. Fernandez T. Let me get that from land. He would have if he contacted me, I would talk to him. He'd have to contact me. Fernandez T says, "What's the secret you want revealed the most this season?" All right, Elma,
Hmm.
what this season? What's the secret that you want revealed the most?
Kind of at the end, who's the mole at the end, like the little wink.
You want the mole. You want the mole to
Yeah,
be
but
revealed.
not like revealed to others, but kind of like us, like, ooh, is that who I
So,
think it is? Like,
all
is
right. So
it? Could it
you
be? No.
you want the mole to be revealed to
like
us,
a like
but
a hint. Yeah,
the characters don't know it yet.
yeah.
Like
And
we,
us like
we
debating, like, wait, did I just see what I just saw? Like, is this it? And us thinking like, oh my gosh, could it be? Are we just overthinking it? And then season three, like, yeah, that's the person.
yeah. It's, all right. So you want it to be a little hint about the
Yeah.
mole, but not told exactly who the mole is.
Hmm. And maybe somebody over there in Fromville to be like seeing, kind of like seeing what we're seeing, but not sure at the same time. And since nobody's talking, there's no communication. That can go on forever before the mole that was maybe potentially noticed by somebody would be revealed or even hinted at. Yeah.
All right, so let me go through. Someone said Teflon TV. Some people, crypto. He's saying this right here. He says that takes a second for it to pop up. It's damn thing. Some people are saying that Donna's husband is the mole. Well, some people are watching these videos because I've said that.
Yeah.
I
I
said
think he was one of the three, right? That we made a
yes,
list of.
I
Yeah.
so what I gave and the reasons why I gave that the mole, I would say most likely it's someone who's been there a long time. When Boyd arrived, the people that were there before Boyd that we know of that are big characters that they show in the show is Donna, the guy who insulted Ellis, who was a husband in
Hmm.
real life, and Father Kocher. So I
Mm.
he was on the list, and that's the reason why. So a lot of people who are saying this most likely watch the videos, and now they're just regurgitating what was already said. You know what I mean? If they agree, then they're 100% entitled to agree. He definitely is on the list of being a mold 100%. But the only reason I would say that it's not him is because I think if they do that, they're gonna want it to make an impact.
Mhm.
They're gonna want it to be somebody that you're familiar with. And I don't think that he's a character that is familiar enough.
Yeah.
And I talked to him, I talked to him, and when Liz was on the channel, when we got off the air, I talked to her husband. He came on the stream with me
Mhm.
and film. We had a good time talking to the cat. He's a real cool guy. I just don't think he's an important enough character when I look at it to be a mole. People saying,
Yeah.
is it confirmed that there was a mole? It has been confirmed from what I have seen that there is a mole in the town. The writers said that, or the showrunner said that there was a mole. So from that perspective, it is. I think it has to be Donna,
Yep.
Fatima, or Kenny's mother.
Yep.
It has to be someone under the radar that no one would suspect. I listen. I told her in her face when she was on the channel last week that I thought she was the mole. I told her. I told her. I said, "Listen, I'm watching you, girl. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. I got my eye on you because she would make the mole. Go back and watch the interview. You hear me say it right to her. I said, I ain't afraid of these motherfuckers. I'm on that Bernie Mac shit, yeah. You know what I mean? Tilly is definitely suspect. I'm not gonna lie. No doubt Tilly is suspect, but I don't think she's been there long
Mhm.
enough to be the mole. That's the reason why I don't think it's Tilly. It's somebody else. She could be there with somebody else, but it's not. It's got to be someone you
Yep.
care about. It's got to be someone who makes an impact. That's why it has to be Fatima, Donna, or
Yeah.
Kenny's mother. These
I'm
are the
still thinking it's Donna just because she is in charge of the colony house and people rely on her. They go to her for their safety and the rules and to for the mole to be the leader to somebody that you the shit that's a complete opposite of what people would expect, and definitely that character would have a huge impact on me if it turned out that it's her for
Oh yeah, I
whatever
remember everyone.
reason.
Everyone was saying the bartender was the mole. Oh,
Right.
the bartender suspect.
His attitude to the
He,
whole thing.
I told you he
Yeah.
wasn't. He wasn't big enough a character. He's not that. Amy says, "Thank you for the super chat." Amy might be off the wall, but what if Christopher was Jade's dad? All right, wait, who's
Hmm.
Christopher?
Is that the guy that he has a vision of holding the book while
All
he's in
right, all right,
bed?
that's
I
Christopher.
think.
We
Is that
know Jade
Christopher?
was raised by his grandmother, but no other background. Ah,
Hmm.
I don't think so. I don't think that guy. I think the connection between that guy is that he killed everybody.
Mhm.
He went crazy because of this same exact
Yep.
symbol that Jade is seeing, and he killed everybody. That
Mhm.
he killed all those people. When you see Victor come out, and then he first sees the boy in white of the bunker, and all the bodies are dead, it's because of him. It's because of that guy. I told y'all that way back that was the case. That's what happened. That's what it was, and I was
Mm.
I was confirmed on that. That's
Yep.
the connection. So I don't think that he's related to Jade in any way. Jade's business of being there is because he created the algorithm that allowed these people to go and
Mm.
start making a wormhole that allowed them to contract that further in the future. That's what it is.
Yeah, and the whole thing about the technology part of it, and what was it? Um, Tesla, didn't he like well had it but could not complete the wireless power transmission? And there was something on TV today. At some point, I caught it where it's like a bubble where the energy and there are like different points, and they were actually specifically talking about US where you could
Mhm.
like go places, certain places, and the fields, you would just be in that area where you could charge, like charge without you plugging anything in there. Never happened because the no funding for it, technically no funding. So what if, you know, somebody actually funded that stuff? And
It's
yeah.
all experiment on these
Yeah.
people. I told y'all this. I even brought up the Nazis and they experiment on the children.
Yeah.
And Jim said the same shit on the motherfucking show. He didn't say the Nazis, but he said World War II,
Yeah.
which is close enough. God damn it.
Mm.
That people have been doing. And somebody put so in my comment section that the United States government was down with Canada, and somehow they were putting some LSD in people's stuff. I don't know how true it is and everything else, but but that's what he said. So it's not like this has not happened before. You know what I
Mhm.
mean, and everything else.
And not that long ago too, all the studies, the unethical, like nobody talks about it. I mean, we learn about it in, in school and psychology part, but it's just so horrible what people are doing. Not that long ago. Yeah.
Exactly. One second, I'll be right back.
So, as far as somebody mentioned a dream part of it. I'm not sure. I would really not like for it to be actual dream because they would all have to be dreaming at the same time, unless this is that kind of experiment where they hook them up somewhere and they're all dreaming the same dream. Um, but then it kind of would take away. Well, actually, I don't know if it would take away stuff from them because they're still experiencing it, and whoever is experimenting on them, they're still getting their data. They're still having results of it. Um, and I keep thinking like dream, and there are studies obviously about dream patterns. Currently, we cannot see what people are dreaming, but we can see their brain waves with that. Here, the part of it is like they're all hearing them. Somebody hears all of them, knows all their names, knows everything about these people. Um, I actually do hope it's some kind of experiment. I don't want it to be just a dream of like a mass dream of any kind. That would be disappointing. Um, quite disappointing for it to be just a dream. Yeah.
I, I'm,
Exactly.
I'm I'm with you
Yeah.
on that. It would
Yeah.
be disappointing if it was just a dream. And
Yeah.
if it is, it is. It is. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hate the show because
No. I love the experience. The thing is, not just the destination. It's the journey.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
So I
would
wouldn't.
like it to be a little bit more. And if it is a dream, let it be like for a reason of something. And yeah, they wake up or some of them die in their dream or
It
whatever
ain't
it
no dream.
happens.
They brought up the dream too many times for it to
Yeah.
be a dream. They said it every season, so it's no way they're gonna say it all this time and then
Mm,
that be the case. They're not gonna give you that right off the bat. You know what I mean? So
mm,
it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be a dream. Yeah, I guarantee. If you want to say that it's gonna be a virtual reality matrix type situation, I could definitely see that without a doubt.
mm, mm-hmm.
Let's get this. She's right here, super chat. Thank you from one tall girl 78. Nothing wrong with a tall girl. And he says the U.S. law for classified medical experiments and studies is a minimum of seal for 75 years. That is 3 times the national security seal. Listen, I'm not saying anything good or bad about any government. So I think they all have their own
Mm.
secrets. And I don't think that anybody is not
And
guilty.
and
Every
you know,
government, every
yeah.
country, in every world is guilty of atrocities.
And about the experiments that I'm talking about, those are not even the hidden experiments. I'm not even talking about that. Those are the open experiments that everybody knew, the public knew about that, and they're horrible. What they did to people, like they're just horrible. Just imagine what they are hiding if they're okay with in books in the textbooks to have those experiments mentioned on we have to learn from that not to do that again. We cannot because now the ethical side we don't do that anymore. But the other stuff that they are hiding, oh my gosh, I can't even. I mean, I can imagine, but I don't want to think about what they're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what I would say, people saying Fatima the mole. I think she's acting a little erratic to be the
Mm,
mole. I mean, if
yeah.
you look at Kenny's mom, she's no matter what happens, she acts exactly the same. She hasn't acted any
Mm-hmm.
different since what happened. No matter what happened, she's still the same. And she's gathering everybody in her house. Why? It could be to keep an eye on them. She's got Jade there. Now she's got the
Yeah.
Matthews there. could be there, and that goddamn tea is suspect. And she said on here, on this channel, if you remember, mushrooms.
Hmm.
That's what she said about the mushroom tea. And we
Mushroom
all
tea.
know, well, maybe y'all don't know, but yeah, I'm looking at y'all names in the chat. Y'all know what those damn mushrooms do. Y'all can front all you want, all right. But she said specifically mushroom tea, and y'all know what those mushrooms do.
But Tony, I'm gonna say this way. I heard of mushroom tea actually, like not that kind of tea, but like healthy mushroom tea, like tea that
Mhm.
doesn't make you all kinds of not okay or
I,
okay.
I'm listen. I'm not saying that that's not, but I'm
But
saying
she did not
mushroom.
say what kind of mushroom. He
She did
just said,
not.
"Oh, mushroom tea. Sure,
She
I'll
did
have
not.
some." She didn't say what mushroom.
Paul Jane said Phil definitely knows. I'm, I'm sure he would agree with you on that.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I
Funny
don't.
fungus.
Yeah, listen, I don't know. Mushroom tea, is a little suspect to me.
Oh my goodness. You're saying that, like, what if it's, oh guys, another movie that I saw where a fungus takes over like a zombie, zombie,
Mhm.
fungus, I guess, mushrooms are fungi, right? So anyway,
Yeah,
um
that's the
what if they're
whole
like, yeah.
Last of Us. The Last of Us
Oh,
TV
I
show.
don't watch it. Is
That's
it?
what it's all about. The
Okay.
the cordyceps, and
Okay.
it's a real life fungus
Yep.
in real
Takes
life
over the, yeah,
that
brain.
hits little insects and stuff,
Yeah.
and then turns them into zombies and
Hmm.
controls their whole bodies and stuff.
What if it's that kind of thing? What if it's the experiment gone wrong?
It could be
And they
that
they don't
they're
have to have, like, they don't have to eat anything at that point. They're just living, I don't know on what.
Yeah,
Hmm,
it could be a more a thing, a situation like that. I think that when
mm,
we read the thing about the music box, that I think now that I think they're right about this
mm,
everlasting life and everything else. I think it could be people searching for that
mm.
and using these aliens DNA to find something like that. Again, Luna says mushrooms are hallucinogenic. We need to see if someone drinks that tea and starts seeing visions after. Because if boy was in there drinking tea before this damn ballerina hits, you would know what the fuck. Then we know, and everything else. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. Yeah, that's right. I did say Elizabeth Moy is making some. I said it in her face. I told her that right in her face when she was on the show last week. I told her I ain't afraid of you, mama. I tell you what's going on. I told her beautiful ass that she could be putting something in that tea, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. Oh, Joe Rogan's up in here right now. What's going on, Joe Rogan? What's going on there? I just thank you for joining us, Joe Rogan, and everything else. Joe Rogan, if you really you, give me a big ass super chat, bro.
Then you'll know, right?
Yeah, prove that
Then
it's
you'll know.
that was
Yeah.
well, no, it's you then, bro.
Somebody asked here, who's gonna die? Who do you think is gonna die, um, on Sunday? Do
So
we?
I don't think anyone's gonna die this week, but I do think that people will die at the end of the season,
Mhm.
and I think that it has to be again. We have the death toll. We put it up there. You
Mm.
have Donna at number one, Ellis is number two, uh, Fatima is number three out of the main cast of the death pool that we have.
Hmm.
It's those are the three top people that we think is gonna die, and we'll go through them. So
Yeah.
Donna would die. It would affect everyone because everyone loves Donna.
Mhm.
Another reason why we figured she could die is because Fatima could take her place. So she could just take over Colony House and run Colony House. That would
She's
be
kind of too gentle, though. You need like a somebody tough, not
well, she
loving.
did start screaming at these damn monsters through the window, right? She put
That's
the
not
middle
tough. That's just reactive.
she put the middle fingers up to him and everything else, right? So it could be a situation like that. Number two, Ellis. If Ellis dies,
Mhm.
and we came up with that after last week, after the chat came up saying that they thought Fatima was pregnant,
Mhm.
which we moved him up because if Fatima is pregnant, like y'all in the chat said, I forgot exactly who came up with the theory, but it was y'all in the chat, then it would be a reason to keep Boyd going because now he has to
Mhm.
raise his grandson. So
That'll be
that
the
would
first
be,
baby though.
yeah,
Mm.
so that would be the first baby and his grandson, so that he's replaceable then. And Ellis after that is just because the wedding, nothing ever good happens. I mean, Fatima it would be the third one after that because
Yeah.
nothing good happens at weddings. I don't think we're gonna have a
Mhm.
good wedding. So that's how we came up with the list so far
Mm.
and everything of who we think is gonna die. After this episode, do you have any other people that you think it could be?
Um. Hmm. Who else? I mean, they cannot kill too many people, and
Mm-mm.
I don't think people who joined this season. I mean, we do have Elgin, we do have Tilly that we're familiar with. Um, and what's his name? The guy on the top of the truck or the van. Those are the main people that I remember right now, on
Mm-hmm.
top of the bus. But I don't know if they can just take carry the show. Like it will be difficult for me to see Boyd or Donna dying because who's gonna carry the colony house? I still don't see Fatima being part of that because she's too gentle. She's too nice
Mm-hmm.
to people. Um, it would be kind of like falling apart a little bit, unless the guy on the top of the van or the boss would be in charge of the colony house at that point. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you new rules? Nobody takes nobody's stuff. Um, yeah, for him to
Yeah,
take
you
over.
know, so I said that everyone on the bus is could die. Everyone that just showed up
Yeah.
this episode, I think that Chrissy girlfriend dies, no doubt. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Without a shadow, they're gonna try to give Kenny no ass, some ass. He ain't getting no ass, and listen, they ain't showing her in a little shirt and all that stuff for no reason.
Right.
They're doing that for a reason.
And she
You
looked
know,
so cute with that. Oh my gosh, that shirt and yeah,
yeah,
that
but
was a cute scene. I loved it. The whole thing.
listen, I don't think there's a man alive that does not appreciate seeing a woman inside of a shirt like that, a button-up shirt with nothing else going on. You know what I
Mm,
mean? I think every man appreciates that
I
100%.
bet. I
You
bet.
know, so no, she did look very good in that scene.
Hmm.
That was what's going on, Regine? What's going on to my brother out there?
Um, do you think that her fiance's addiction is gonna play part in somebody's death, where she, will take too much or will take it at the wrong time at night, to where she shouldn't take it at night when she should be alert? Um, do you think she's gonna cause somebody's death, maybe? Oh,
I
my
think that
dog is being loud.
she might cause someone's death or cause her own death. I think she's out
Mhm,
of here. I can't see her like I can't see a
mhm.
lot of the people
Yeah.
on the bus lasting. I think a lot of them die.
Mm.
Only one I could see making is Elgin
Mhm.
and Randall. I think everybody
Okay.
else may get killed.
Yeah. I mean,
Everyone else that was on that bus can get killed. Unless the,
Tilly, yeah.
the the bus driver becomes like the new bartender
Oh.
and she's there, but I think it's Jay. Jay's the one who's gonna have to be the bar. He's always in the goddamn bar. He's the only one we see consistently in the bar.
Right. I mean, I'm assuming he likes drinking there, so you gotta have somebody who will make that stuff, right? Somebody who
He's the
knows how to
one
make
smart
it.
enough to do it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So he's the only
Yeah.
one who wants. Someone's got to drink and stuff. So she could be the new
Right.
bartender. But besides that, I think they all die. I mean, we looked at the
Yeah.
pictures before from Victor's drone. We seen the
Yeah.
flood in there. We seen a bunch of bodies in there. I think they're all gonna go.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I really don't mind them dying, but dying well. Nothing wrong with death over there. Just make them die well.
Well, Chris Black, he's putting up purgatory. It's not purgatory, bro. I know why you would think that and everything else, but they asked that question in season one. She specifically went to Father Kotri and said, "Did we die before we got here?" And he told them no. He also not only told them no, he said that he had a lot of people asked that question before, so he had time to think of his answer. So I think the reason why they said that specifically is because they're not dead. They're not in purgatory. They're not there. This is really happening, and that's what it is. So I just don't think they're gonna do that. You know what I mean? I don't see that that's the way that they run it and everything else. So why do you think we saw so many new monsters? I think they're going to recycle different monsters every year. I think they're gonna have a couple of standouts and they're gonna bring in new monsters every year. I think you'll have, like the grandma monster and the smile monster, but I think they're gonna bring in new people every year to show you the time period. Oh, it's really about the time period that we see them in and stuff. So, but I think that's what's going on with them. The nurse is the old school nurse outfit and everything else. So I think that's what it is when it comes with the monster. They're just gonna bring in new ones every year and stuff. Purgatory, limbo. I think it's kind of like one and the same and stuff. So I don't think
I'm
it
not
has
sure what the
anything.
definition is between the two, but I'm thinking purgatory is you have to go through something, and limbo is kind of like you yourself don't want to
Hmm.
leave. Where purgatory, they're again, I'm just making that stuff up right now. My understanding of it, limbo is where you yourself are stuck because of your inability to move on.
Hmm.
Whereas purgatory is like something is making you stay because of what you did, or what that thing thinks that you have to go through.
What I say with that, I feel you on that. What I think that all these people alive, I think that's too easy of a cop out and everything else. Make sure you hit that thumbs up for your boy, for your lady, Don Tony Teflon, Lady LMR. Unfortunately, I'm sorry that Phil could not be here. Obviously, he had other commitments and stuff like that. But we'll be
We
back.
miss Phil.
We will be. I'll be back Saturday to do another live stream, and we're gonna do it early in the afternoon. I know I wasn't able to do it this Saturday. Oh, it's Memorial Day weekend. Wait a second. Let me scratch that. Probably
Mhm.
not gonna be able to do it on Memorial Day weekend. Let me see what's going on. What I could do because the holiday weekend here, and I got stuff I gotta do. I'll be painting my house and redoing this furniture and all this other shit I gotta get done. It's all gotta get done.
It's
So
fun, Tony. Don't I love that stuff. You
do
don't
you
know.
really? You need to come
Yeah.
over and do it then.
I'm used to painting, believe me. It's it's fun,
Yeah,
especially when yeah.
it's not bad. It's not bad. It's
It's
it's fun
exciting.
when
It's
it's
exciting.
over. It's
Yes,
fun.
it's better when it's over. Yeah.
Once it's over, then you get to
Yeah.
sit back and look and be like, ah. But when you start going
Right?
there and looking at the paint and they say, oh, you're gonna need 2 gallons. Like 2 gallons.
You
Jeez.
know, the idea of it is great. Doing it not so fun. That having it done is amazing. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna get done this week. Someone asked a question real quick. Let me see if I can. Uh, do someone said, do you think? I think the question is, do you think the guy on the bus is going to be the one to capture a monster? We talked about that a little bit earlier in the episode. If Randall was making a trap there with the escape hatch, I think we came up with the thing that no, he wasn't doing that. You know what I mean? We'll see what goes on with Randall, but it's got to
Mm.
focus around that that drone. That's why they put it in the picture, or we wouldn't know that and
And he
everything else.
definitely has no fear from what we're seeing, and he might have those ideas on that fresh point of, okay, let's figure this out. What's going on? I can see him as being the one who either maybe even suggests doing something like that. Okay, let's see what they're made out of.
And thank you for the super chat from Jerome. We truly appreciate that 100%. Do you think Randall was carving a talisman? I don't know what he was carving.
Hmm.
I don't know if I don't know why he would carve that if
Yeah.
that was the case. I don't know, but I do know that I hope they do try to start capturing some of these monsters and see it all. All right,
Yeah.
episode 6 is almost upon us.
Yeah.
Everybody have a happy Memorial Day if you do celebrate that stuff and everything else. I'm gonna do my best to try to come out Saturday early. If I do Saturday, it's gonna be like 1 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be a very early one for the people in UK. who asked me to come on early and everything else, stuff like that. I may drop another video this week. If not, go check out my trailer breakdown video and everything else and all that good stuff. And if you like the way I do this, thumbs up this, spread this across the realm, and as always, subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace.